Hello and welcome back to Soulcreek. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after the whole, I was about to say the O word, the Indulgence. So Loken and Alex got a little closer, obviously. That was bound to happen, obviously, but they didn't go quite all the way, mostly because I couldn't let them. I I blocked Loken. I mean, they wouldn't have gone that route specifically because if you recall, Alex was asking Bite for some help with that certain situation if I would ever were to arise. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, Loken and Alex got a little closer. They're, I guess you could call them quote unquote in a relationship now. Yeah. I mean, Alex is sleeping in Loken's bed and Loken is holding him while he sleeps, so yeah. But, referring to, well, moving along towards Bite, what happened at the end, Bite revealed that he found some interesting information about the algorithm that contained, I guess, some information about the past relating to Alex, well, relating more so to humans. And he revealed that something happened where the level of technology for the Zephyr basically jumped. It went from, probably what we have now to stuff that would be considered science fiction, like nanotechnology, being able to rebuild people, I guess, and suspended animation. And that very last thing itself has a lot to do with Alex because he was technically found in suspended animation. It wasn't until Loken took him out of the pod that he was in that he awoke, and yeah, but he has no memories. I'm wondering if that has something to do with being basically ripped out of the pod rather than being awoken in a proper manner. But yeah, anyways, so I believe that either we're going to go to the Auto Monks next or something else is gonna happen. I guess we'll have to see. So yeah, this is day 5 and let's begin. There is a rumbling, like being held by thunder. It's a comforting sound. There is a warmth to it, soft, feathery, and calm. I groan and squirm happily. Loken? My voice is small and groggy. I become aware of his arms entangled around me, and visions of the previous night flood back to me. I'm nestled snugly at the hound's voluminous chest, his fur tickling my cheek. The soft thump of his beating heart ripples against the side of my head. Peeling my eyes open, I catch a sight of the bottom of his arctic furred muzzle. I could easily drift back to sleep, to the current of his breathing. You awake, big guy? No. He snarls, teeth flexing threateningly, and squeezes me tighter. I smirk and slide my hand up to his chest, squeezing his pectorals. He growls blissfully, unable to resist his gorgeous warmth. I sink back into him and shut my eyes again. Yeah, just a few more hours of sleep. Yeah. I bolt upright in a heartbeat. My eyes are wide open, my chest pounds in alarm. Adrenaline cuts me like electricity. Alex? Besides me, Loken quickly rises up and grabs my shoulder with a heavy paw. I turn to him, seeing his face twisted in concern. I... I'm okay. It's, the... Tell me. It takes me a moment to realize what startled me. It's the algorithm. A Bite put it together. It's made of symbols, shapes. I've never seen anything like it. Grinding my fist into my forehead, I try to recall the contours and lines. I am confused. Me too. They're like pictures? Letters, I think? Alex, this algorithm contains the nature of the demons. You must not think of these things. I know. I'm trying not to. They're like little nightmares. I can't stop. Besides, what if there's a clue there somewhere? I can't just ignore them. I sigh, rubbing my temples with exhaustion. Loken strokes my shoulder with his thumb, comfortingly. Alex, we will take small steps. We will find out where you come from. But this task will be respected. You must be cautious. Yeah, I get it. For now, think of other things. It is morning. I look at him. He sat up beside me, the covers barely covering him. He catches my eye. For a moment, we just stare. I do exactly what he says. I think of other things. Him, namely. Hey. Hello. The memories of the previous night rush back. The indulgence, the heat of the bonfire, the cacophony of aroused cries. But the indulgence is over now, right? I freeze, not sure what to do. Can I touch him? Can I kiss him still? We're naked right next to each other, but... Alex. Yeah? Tell me how your day was. I snort with laughter. Same old Hound. My head may be falling apart, but at least he doesn't change. I pet his arm fondly. You're cute. His eyes flick down to me, and he growls. Little human. I've returned his wicked grin with one of my own. But then he flinches and looks away. Alex, the indulgence has ended. Okay. We will use the hot springs. Come. He stiffly turns from me, jaw tense, then rolls out of bed. I watch him rise, cruelly teased by the sight of him, totally nude, as he ambles casually over to his discarded clothes. It would have been hot, but he's clearly uncomfortable. What's wrong? You are my acolyte again. So that's it? I do not know. He freezes, tail stiff. So you want to stop? I could really, enjoy being with you. I also enjoyed being with you. You are a good human. So? We will not discuss this now. But, no. If you'd rather... No! This time he snaps at me with a nasty growl. I flinch, startled by his aggression, holding my hands up defensively. Easy, big guy. I didn't mean to, Get up. You must change. Great, this is going to be awkward. I grumble, watching him turn his back to me. He's totally shutting me out. Maybe he just needs time? He must be confused. I mean, so am I. He's... hi? Are you still mad at me? Well, look. I'm dealing with Mr. Scalface right now. Can we talk about this later? Okay, but... just know that I never do anything that you don't want me to do. Don't give me that horseshit bite. You try to hide those symbols from me. To protect you. I don't need protection from my own brain. My thoughts aren't that fucked up. Here are your clothes. I look up and... Bah! Loken crouches right in my eyeline. I'm stalled by the sudden view I'm afforded. Still no qualms being nude in front of me, at least. Thanks, big guy. Wow. Rude. Fuck off. Shaking my head free of the virtual pest, I get up to my feet and silently get changed. Loken does the same, still painfully silent. So... What are we doing today? I will teach at the school. No training? No. What about Devil's Crag? When are we going to the boneyard? Tomorrow. There's a painful silence. He turns for a moment and opens his mouth to speak, but then says nothing. Are you sure that we can't talk? About last night? If you don't want to carry on, it's fine. He bares his teeth and snarls defensively. I wince, shrinking from him. Sorry, I'll leave it. Alex, I need to think. Okay, that's fine. Thinking is, it's great. Using the brain for thinking. As usual, my habit of spewing nonsense when I'm uncomfortable doesn't really help. From a shelf by the bed, Loken collects a small leather drinking pouch and two of his toothbrush twigs. He holds one out to me stiffly, as though afraid of getting close. Teeth. Thanks. Come, we will use the hot springs. Once I'm changed, I grab my Black Runner outfit to wash the grime off at the springs. Loken gestures firmly towards the exit, barely looking at me. I really hope that I haven't completely fucked things up with him. It's later in the morning than I thought. The sun is hanging high, its calming heat melting the chill from my face quickly. Today feels warm. That'll be nice. He doesn't reply. We start walking stiffly in the direction of the hot springs. I want to smooth things over with him, but I know that he isn't ready to talk yet. Will the mating troop leave today? He begins chewing the end of his stick. I do the same with mine. Huh. Still don't think that I'll ever get used to cleaning my teeth like this. It'd be nice to say goodbye to Orion if we get the chance. So, anything for me to do while you're teaching? No. That's okay. I could visit Aeon. Maybe he needs help with stuff. Okay. Okay, sounds good, big guy. I smile and give him a thumbs up. He slows in his pace and gazes. Alex. Yeah? Come. Fuck, I don't think that I can stand this. He's like a stranger all over again. What's he worried about? After scouring my teeth, I toss my makeshift toothbrush aside. Loken passes me the drinking pouch of his vile mouthwash. I take a swig and swirl it around, ignoring the soul-crushing taste. I spit it out swiftly, passing the bottle back. Thanks. The gulf of stiff silence only gets more poignant with every passing step. I catch him glancing sideways at me here and then, but he swiftly looks away. Come on, Loken. Talk to me. Give me something. His teeth glint menacingly at me, and he quickens a step. I knew this would happen. I fucking knew it. Why the hell did I listen to everyone telling me to think to my dick? Loken's far too complicated for that. The hot, velvety glow of the springs hits me before I even see the water. It's good to be back here. There is a natural tranquility to this place that the village showers don't have. Loken unbuckles his straps and starts stripping down wordlessly. He's still got the same absent-minded, dreary demeanor to him. I'm worried about you. I am fine. No, you're not. He goes, still looking past me. I try to remember what usually triggers his mood swings. Did I do something? Or are you scared of what people will think? Though he doesn't answer, I could swear that I hear a subtle whine at the back of his throat. You will judge me. You keep saying that. I don't know what it means. He doesn't answer. I don't even think that he understands what it means. It's just some deep-seated anxiety that he can't process. It is not proper to continue. I know this. We can just forget about last night. We had fun, and that's that. Okay? It's no big deal. He grumbles in a pointed displeasure at my suggestion. I'm getting mixed signals here. Do you want to continue? He whines again. It sounds kind of like a yes whine. I can't be sure. I'm not fluent in Hound. Okay, well, what if the Indulgence never ended for us? It would not upset you. Two made as is ever do. I narrow my eyes, baffled. It feels like he's having two different conversations. Loken, are you worried about me getting upset over this? Mating is offensive to the Zephyr. You will leave. I don't, but I thought that you were the one who... He's got such a different way of thinking than me. We're clearly not understanding each other. I just need to be patient. Loken, forget about the Zephyr thing. After last night, well, I feel my face burning. I'd love to do more stuff with you. I like feeling closer to you, but only if you're comfortable with it. You're more than just a mentor to me. You're a friend, a hot friend, who drives me wild. It'd just be fun, you know? I do not know. I hate seeing him so stressed out. He doesn't have the right mindset to process with a matter as tangled as this. Time to just drop it completely. Let's just enjoy the hot springs, yeah? I could do with some thinking time to myself. There's a lot on my mind. I give him a final encouraging smile and turn away. He needs space. That's all. Behind me, I hear him shuffling about as he strips down. I've at least said what I can to comfort him. The water ripples as Loken gets in. I drop my old clothes by the edge of the pool and walk to the opposite side, butt-ass nude. For a moment, I just let the wind tickle my skin. Cold as it is, there is a certain pleasure to be had, standing here totally exposed. I shut my eyes for a second, my body adjusting to the chill. When the cold gets unpleasant, I dip my foot into the water, wincing at the sting. Then I carefully lower myself down, inch by inch, the churning hot current searing my aching flesh. I groan happily, taking my time to submerge myself. It's even better the second time around. I sit back, eyes lolling shut, my muscles softening in the fermenting heat and my troubles oozing from my mind. No maddening unknowns here, no cryptid symbol, no suffocating dread, no pressure. Being the last human, just me and the water and Loken. I open my eyes. Are you okay? Alex. What? His chest puffs up resolutely and he gestures for me to come over, still sitting. Here. You want me to sit next to you? Yes. Are you sure? If you need space. Now. I'm a bit surprised, but I'm not complaining. I figure that he's just more at ease after what I said. Rather sheepishly, I get up onto my feet and wad over to him. He sits there, eyes narrowed, waiting for me to be in arm's reach. The moment I'm close enough. Gah! Loken's ravenous grasp latches around my waist and tugs me down. The water splashes around us as I'm squeezed onto the hound's lap. He grasps me possessively, claws tightening at my sides, our nude bodies sliding wetly against one another. My chest flutters nervously. Whoa, Loken. You seem, He wantonly smears his tongue across my cheek. I'm not protesting, but he really went from brooding melancholically to vigorously horny in the blink of an eye. Loken? You were watching me get into the pool, weren't you? Yes. Did you look at my butt? Yes. I yelp as his huge paw circles around my waist, his clawed fingers grasping on my backside. And it is mine. Heh. Okay, lesson learned. When words fail to get through to him, use the butt. If only I'd known that all he needed for clarity was a little tease. Fuck, it really worked too. He's already hard. Feels like he's holding back the urge to impale me right here and then. I do not want to stop. Are you sure? I was worried. He buckles his hips upwards, his hot shaft sliding between my cheeks. I feel it throb and shiver. Whoa, okay, easy. Message received, big guy. I do not care that the Indulgence has ended for the Draconi. I want to hold you. I want to kiss you. I want to fuck you. But, Alex, we must not tell the clan. They will judge us. A rush of relief douses me. Thank fuck he's okay. Seeing him so uncomfortable was really unsettling. I hook my arms around his shoulders, bringing us face to face. It feels amazing, the heat of the water and all his affections. I wiggle my butt against him, teasingly. Sounds good, big guy. Whatever happens, I'm still your acolyte. You are still my acolyte. But also, I will fuck you, my acolyte. My own member stiffens between us at his words, the image forming in my mind, down on all fours, him behind me. I can't wait. Ugh. Alright, not a word to the clan. Even Aeon? We can tell Aeon. He will not mind this. Taki also will. He suddenly grumbles, rolling his eyes. I laugh. Taki won't mind either. She's easygoing. She will mock me. Does her teasing bothering you? Yes. Have you told her that? I think she's just having fun. I do not know how to tell her this. I chuckle, scratching the side of his head affectionately. I'll handle Taki then. I like her. She'll figure things out by herself anyway. Okay. Will we tell Bite? I mean, he knows everything that I do. He figured out that I was attracted to you before even I knew. Explain. Bite, he can read my body. It's complicated and weird. Bite is smart. He knew humans like to fuck. Gah! He grasps my sides and grinds his prominent boner against me. He knew you wanted to mate. Loken really wouldn't know subtlety if it hit him in the face. Out of nowhere, the Hound sits up straight and gives me a nod, a determined look. I will speak to Bite. Maybe not while your dick is right between my... Bite, I am speaking to you. What? No, don't.
Hey, what's going... Oh, for fuck's sake, Alex.
Loken, did you have to call him now? Yes, I will speak with him.
That's not a volcanic rock that you're sitting on, is it?
Sorry, Loken asked for you, not me.
I suppose that I should be happy that he didn't call me whilst chowing down on your ass.
What the fuck has my life become? Bite, I am speaking to you. Loken, he already knows. You don't have to. I will ask you a question.
Let me guess. I'm about to get threatened.
Bite. Tell me how your day was.
Nice one, Alex. I was gone one day and you broke the dog.
Seriously, what the fuck has my life become? He said he's fine, Loken. Bite, we'll talk later. Give us some privacy.
Gladly. Catch you soon.
That was an experience. I asked the question right? I grin proudly at him and run my fingers through his chest fur. His throat rumbles happily. Yeah, that was good. But maybe stick to chatting with people who can actually answer you back, yeah? Cool. I will continue to practice asking this question. I will chat with others, though I have nothing to say. But now, we will enjoy the water together. Loken slowly lowers his head and rests his snout against my chest, exhaling with relief. I feel him deflate peacefully in my arms. A long-held tension seems to seep from him, melting into the waters. Alex. You okay? He licks my bare chest, his rough tongue tingling my skin. I smile, petting the back of his head. He's so at ease, so safe. He's never let his guard down like this. After how he was this morning, it's a huge relief. You are feeling comfortable to me. He's so much cuddlier than I expected him to be. I lean down, resting my head against his. Suddenly, he looks up, snout directed at my face. Alex? Yeah? Kiss. I snicker, finding his impish demands pretty cute. The water sloshes as I shift in his lap, feeling his hefty, sodden fur against my thighs and belly. His erection twitches against my butt, and my own member is thrust comfortably into the grooves of his stomach. Our lips meet, and I'm tenderly embraced by his large muzzle. I shut my eyes, head tilting. The bubbling water sloshes with our soft kiss. It's short and sweet. He pulls away. There is a happy break between us, both caught up in the euphoria. His fingers splay around my lower back. Again. I grin and oblige once again. This time it's a longer kiss, charged with an aggressive greed. I have to tilt my head slightly to accommodate his hunger. The heated makeout session lasts a good minute before he breaks contact. Our noses bump softly afterwards, and we both slowly reopen our eyes. Alex. Yeah? Again. This time I just laugh. The Hound is insatiable. With his petulant demand, he bucks his rod between my cheeks. Sure. Anytime, big guy. His throat thunders fervently, and I feel his clawed fingers digging at my waist as he leans back in. He's getting more and more confident with every kiss, and his polite, gentle touch is melting into passionate and primal craving. He meshes his lips against mine with aggression. I cup the back of his head as the water sloshes around us. We squirm together, our bodies sliding, my cock pushed into him and is up against me. Lost in our arousal, my head goes fuzzy from lust. Gods, he's such a good kisser. I would let this man fuck me all night. I can't get enough. When it comes to a natural end, he lathers my cheeks with his tongue and hugs me tightly into him. I grumble contently, rubbing my cheek against his face. I do not want to leave. I would prefer to stay here with you. Quite suddenly, a piercing sound shatters a moment. I perk up, head craning for the source. Whoa, are those wolves? Like feral wolves? Loken's ears flick around, head spinning with unease. They are wild. Wolf packs are usually found in the black zones. They can't sense a danger? The wilderness is undaunted by the black zones. The demons ignore them. That's weird. Still, I think that they're the first wild animals that I've heard, aside from birds and the ones at the farms. They sound beautiful. I smile, but then notice Loken shrieking uncomfortably at the sound. What's wrong? I scratch his chin tenderly, unable to hide my smirk. Aw, are the wolves making you feel insecure? No. I chuckle, bringing my hands up to his ears and massaging them firmly. My hands dig through his wet head fur, despite his uneasy scowl. Relax, it's just us here. The howling ceases and he slowly relaxes beneath me. It is just us. It is good being here with you. But, Alex, we must leave the hot springs. There are tasks that must be done at the village today. The water splashes as Loken pats my butt, signaling me to get up. I grumble, grinding into him some more. Aw, come on. 10 more minutes. You will not get up? Then perhaps I will carry you, little human. I yelp as Loken suddenly gets up to his feet, carrying me with him, hoists me up, nuzzling his snout into my neck. I snicker. As he walks to the hot springs, I reach up with both hands and weave my fingers into the thick, waterlogged fur around his ears. I start rubbing them, and Loken groans. He pauses, holding me in the middle of the water as I pet his head, his eyes loll shut in bliss. He still adores having his ears rubbed. His tail wags jubilantly, sloshing the water behind him about. It's hard to stop touching you when you keep making those noises, big guy. You sure you feel better after this morning? Yes, I am okay. I am happy now. Okay, we should go. Reluctantly, I release Loken and step back. He takes the opportunity to stare down at me, teeth bared, ravenously. But then his face morphs into a gentle bafflement. He lowers a paw down to my side, to my abdomen, where my wound had been only days ago. The wound has healed? I look down. I hadn't noticed before, but he's right. There's no evidence that I'd ever suffered a severe laceration at all. Yeah. Well, that was fast. The wound was deep. There was no scar. Humans heal quickly. Not this fast. I assumed it was the salve that you gave me. No, this is not a thing that I have seen. I will also see your hand, where the blade cut you. Frowning, I look at my hand where the sugar cook caught me with the knife. There is still a faded mark, but its too seems to have healed unusually fast. This is strange. Bite, I am speaking to you. You have healed these injuries?
Not on purpose, I promise.
Is healing one of your functions?
It might be. I'll try and do some diagnostics.
As I feel Bite sinking into my subconscious, I shake my head in frustration. He doesn't know. It might be him, and it might also be me. we still can't be sure exactly what I am. You continue to trust this A&I intelligence creature? Yeah, but I need to find out where he came from. Hey, don't worry about it. We'll figure this mess out. Come on, you got a class to teach today. You must be cautious in trusting this bite creature, Alex. I give him a comforting pet on the arm. His tail flicks contently behind him. It's fine. Let me handle him. I waddle over to the edge of the hot springs and hop back into the cold Elian air. It doesn't take me long to dry off using Loken's towel. Before we leave, I dip my black running outfit into the hot springs water, letting the dirt and grime wash off. The bubbling currents quickly dissolve all the filth. With that, we gather ourselves up and meander back lazily towards the village. Loken hoops his arm around me and tugs me beneath his arm as we walk, nosing his snout into the top of my head. You are small. I smile, leaning into his side. I wonder just how pent up he's been for the last 5 years. We stop by the lodge on our way to the village. I drop my wet, freshly washed clothes back at the lodge, and we walk arm in arm to the clan. At about the halfway point, Loken abruptly shifts behind me and tugs me back into his embrace. I snicker, sinking back and letting my head fall into his chest. His fur is still slightly damp, but no less comforting. More. More. Through the thin fabrics of our clothes, I can still feel the pressure of his bulge poking my back. He's still hard. Mind you, I'm no better. Tonight, Alex, you are mine. His hands snake around me, meeting above the hem of my leggings. His fingers tease my waistline, and I shiver in anticipation of him sliding his paws further down. You want to taste me, human? The tips of his fingers rake across my belly, then slip beneath my shirt. His paw pads are pressed against my bare stomach. Yeah, I'd love to. You want to mate, human? Then, just as I'm about to snap from all his teasing, one paw slides up to my chest and gropes my pectorals, while the other slips behind my waistline. I hiss in pleasure. His huge paw cups my balls, my whole length squeezed between his thumb and his forefinger. He tightens his grip and I wince. I want this. Fuck, Loken. We need to go. He just continues massaging me, working pressure up and down my shaft. Waves of burning pleasure erupt from my waist, and he holds me tight to keep me steady. Seriously, Loken, I'm gonna shoot if you keep doing that. His rubbing chest vibrates my shoulders. I feel his maw against the side of my head, and his voice drops to a threatening whisper. No. And just like that, he lets me go. You will wait. Tonight. You will enjoy it more. I pull myself together with a flustered glare at the smug hound, readjusting my pants. I never imagined you'd be such a tease. His tail is waving smugly behind him. He hooks his arm back around my shoulders and yanks me into his side again. I am enjoying you. I'm starting to wonder what else Orion taught you. He would play with me until I could not think. All I wanted was to mate. It was a good feeling. Soon, I would play with him in this way. He was the one that could not think. I enjoyed that more. I'm tugged closer to him before having a clumsy wet kiss planted on my cheek. He gropes my butt and gestures for me to walk alongside him. I like this side of you. Almost makes me want to forget about... I trail off. Forget? Yeah, forget about everything. It's nice to be distracted, you know? There was a pause. We must remain focused on the path, Alex. You are still my acolyte. We will mate, but we must also determine where you have come from. Tomorrow, we will begin the journey to Devil's Crag. We will find the second half of this algorithm. We should see that hibernation pod too, the one that you found me in. There will be time. We will do both of these things. Thanks, Loken. All I want is answers, for everyone. Suddenly, Loken gives me a strange look. You are saying this right? Everyone? I mean, the other humans, my people, to know what happened to them. His perturbed state continues. What? You have changed the task. I scowl. Changed how? You search for more than yourself. You search for all humans. Yeah? What's wrong with that? Alex, that is not the task. I will help you find where you have come from. Hey, it's not just about me. Everything is messed up. I want to know why. That knowledge is buried deep. The Black Zones will not surrender these secrets without consequence. I avoid his eye for a moment, choosing my next words carefully. I feel like I'm being scolded. Well, they're my people, so things might be different for me. I can still try. Alex, if it was your clan, wouldn't you want to know? This is not the same. The Draconi live in the light. Okay, well, we'll take it slow. We'll be careful. You were not careful last time. I step away from him, shooting him an angered glare. Come on, Loken, that's not fair. You're involved in this too. You're the one who woke Bite and I up. So those satellite stations came online because of what you did. Yes, and we will attempt to determine the cause of this. But you are speaking of knowledge beyond yourself. We will ask what, but not why. Even so, you must be prepared to abandon this task if the risks. We can't do that. I'm already losing my mind. If being informed means going mad, I may as well be. The informed are not mad, Alex. They are sane. I stare. Something about the way he says that disturbs me. What does that mean? It is only the path that is madness, the path to becoming informed, the journey. To walk the path, only open your eyes and look into the Black Zone. Search it for meaning, for purpose, as you wish to do. But there is no meaning, purpose, or logic to the Black Zones. To search for these things is the path, Alex. This is the madness. Is that what happened to Dravonia's sister, Alira? Alira sought meaning. She sought understanding. She found those things, but it was not good. She was informed. He puts a paw on my shoulder, squeezing it comfortingly. Alex, I understand the pain of ignorance. All the clans feel this pain. This is why the Black Zones are alluring to all. The pull of knowledge is strong. Many will dig for meaning. Some will dig deeper. There may be treasures buried, yes, but they are found in only the deepest holes. There are none that can climb free. You understand, Alex? It's rare to hear him talk with such confidence, such clarity. Still, I'm not sure I'm following his cryptic wisdom. Knowledge is just information. How can that be dangerous by itself? I don't understand. That is the nature of the Black Zones, Alex. They are not to be spoken of rationally. They are not to be understood. You cannot apply logic to them. Many have tried. They are informed now. Okay. So how do we find our answers safely? With small tasks, Alex. Not as a human, but as a Black Runner. Only this and nothing more. You cannot master this chaos. You must be at peace with the unknown. Just accept the extinction of my race? There's so much confusion, so much anger. I don't think that I could be at peace with it. But things are different for me, aren't they? I have Bite. I'm not a part of the clans. I'm not like Illyra. I wouldn't share the same fate. Right? You are okay? Shaking my head, I avoid looking at him. It's all fucked, Loken. I don't know what I'm doing. Loken turns to face me. I feel his hefty paw at the back of my head, ruffling my hair affectionately. Even with the weight of the unknown on my shoulders, he's always a welcome comfort. Alex, it is okay. You can do nothing for what you do not know. Focus instead on what you have. Right now. Breathe. I do as he suggests, shutting my eyes and inhaling the chilled air through my nostrils, ignoring the haunting knowledge that is only dead air. Quiet now. Breathe in. Listen to the mountains. They whisper to you. And breathe out. I open my eyes, steadily feeling somehow lighter. You are okay. He pulls me in for a hug. I smile, tightly squeezed into his furry chest once again. I rest my cheek against him, letting his warmth flood my face. I'm okay. You must be calm and focused for the journey tomorrow. We are returning to the Black Zone. It is not a place for a fragile mind. I nod, quickly contemplating the possible consequence of such a journey that I have no idea what to expect. Come, we must attend to the village. He guides me by the shoulder, lightly pushing me ahead. I walk, unsure if I actually feel better. We close in on the village outskirts. The hustle and bustle of the Draconi clan begins to flood my senses. So, tomorrow, how far is it to the Devil's Crag? Far. We will make camp on the way and rest under the stars. There is a spot that I have camped in many times. It is a good spot. Alex, Devil's Crag is not like the rhinestone dish. There will be many dangers. You must obey my instructions at all times. You understand this? I nod. Good. Then we will discover where you have come from, with small steps. We will also search the pod. Found you! From behind us, Orion's powerful voice startles us both. Loken immediately straightens up, stepping sideways as he's a little closer to me. His arm bumps against mine. Couldn't leave without saying goodbye. He claps Loken's shoulder, beaming. Loken's throat rumbles contently. Orion, it has been good to see you. Tell me how your day was. Wow, he's really giving this chatty thing his all. Orion's brow raises curiously. My day? It's good, Loken. Very good. Thank you. The tiger gives me a curious look. I just shrug back, hiding a grin. How about you? Loken blinks, confused. You are asking me this question? Yes. How was your day going? The hound looks at me for support. I pet his arm comfortingly. We're doing good. Thanks, Orion. Are you heading out soon? We are. It's been a good indulgence, but I have to take my boys to other clans. You are visiting the Windchill clan next? Always one of my favorite spots. There was a particular madam there that I'm looking forward to seeing. She's got a fantastic pair of... Orion, Alex is uneasy discussing tits. What? No, I'm not. Huge tits make you uncomfortable? No, I just... Forget it. Orion, thanks for all your help. No problem, Alex. I hear you two had an eventful evening. Eventful? There will be more eventful evenings like this one. I roll my eyes, suppressing a smile. Good. One more thing then. A gift. Orion pulls something from a pouch around his waist. He hands it to me. Within, I feel the contour of a small glass bottle. Loken's a messy hound, so he'll keep you nice and slick for him. This, though, might help with the discomfort. The oils contain herbs put together by the healers. A lot of troops use it. My face turns scarlet. I hand the pouch to Loken, avoiding his eyes with a nervous grin. Thanks. No problem. You're a little smaller than him. You'll need it. Loken's nose twitches as he sniffs the package. When he realizes what it is, his tail starts to wag madly. Thank you, Orion. It has been good to see you. Until next time, then. He bends into an elegant forward bow, arms stretching out to his sides. I expect you both to be in one piece the next time that I bring my troop here. So long. With that, the tiger gives me one more playful wink before backing away a few steps. He turns around and marches back towards the village, tail swirling behind him. Alex. Yeah? You are liking Orion? I do. I am. I'm gonna miss him. He is good. But now, Alex, we are approaching the village. We must not speak of these things. The village will judge us. Yep, keep the whole mating partners thing between us. I can do that. His head tilts in bafflement as we continue walking. You know, me and you, mating partners. My people called it friends with benefits or fuck buddies. I'm not sure. Fuck buddies? Yeah. Buddies? Buddy, like a friend. I like this. Alex, you are my fuck buddy. You are a buddy who I will Loken, Alex. Jumping, I quickly straighten myself up and try to hide my flushed face. Morning, Taki. Aye, chaps. Good morning for a stroll. I almost feel like getting me tits out and feeling the wind on 'em. Now that'd be a sight. Taki, you are okay? The Draconi are satisfied after the indulgence? I'd say so. Been a long morning. Gotta get these girls out of bed sooner or later, though. Can't be flicking our beans all night. Beans? Alex, tell me what Taki means. Don't ask, Loken. How about you, Mutt? Get any sleep? Or was you too busy smashing the back out of the rat all night? She gestures cruelly at me. Both of us glare at her. No. Don't bullshit me. I was half expecting you to be carrying the rat in your arms still stuck together. Why would we be stuck? Do not ask this now, Alex. Loken lowers his voice to me, loud enough for both Taki and I to hear. Alex, I believe Taki already knows that we have decided to continue mating. I exchange a pained expression with the honey badger as she cackles with laughter. What? Did you expect subtlety from a dog with its stick out? Taki, you will not speak of Alex and I to the other villagers. Hey, I don't give a fresh fuck. You guys want to smash? Go smash. Despite my snicker, Loken growls. Taki, that is enough. You will not declare this to the village. Yeah. Secret safe with me, mutt. Okay, then I will ask you a question. Yeah? Tell me how your day was. The honey badger stares with amusement at the smiling hound, then at me. You alright, mutt? Your head still fixed on proper, or did the rat fuck your brains out? I am fine. Uh-huh. Well, my day's been fucking peachy. How about you? Peachy. Tell me who this Peachy you have been fucking is. Taki, the indulgence has ended. No, I'm Peachy. You been hawking the sugar or something? Loken blinks, confused. He tries to formulate an answer, then looks at me for support again. Don't worry about it, Loken. Will things go back to normal now that the mating troop is leaving? Yep. No time to slack. Lots of girls here will have fresh youngins before the year is out. Until then, we make the most of summer. The winters in Ilea can be rough. Other clans do not have the food preserves as we do. Nah, but they manage. Ain't our problem either. Chief gets the good shit from the automonks. We need every advantage that we can get. I wonder how difficult things would be for the Draconi if the support from the automonks were to stop. It's a chilling thought. Loken, you're teaching the kids today, right? Because the silver little one you saved from the Black Zones didn't show up. Wait, Milo's gone missing? Ain't nobody seen him all morning. I look at Loken with concern and see him sighing irritably. Does he normally wander off? Yes, frequently. There are wardens searching. They're keeping a lookout, but no sign yet. I know he does this shit a lot, but the kid was right up next to a demon the other day. Fuck knows what it's done to his head. I spoke to him yesterday. He seemed fine. The boy must be found. I will attend to the class. Taki, you must send more wardens to locate him. We ain't got any more. You taught him, right? He have any spots, like, to hang out at? As they discuss their plan to search for Milo, I silently tune them out, thinking. I feel invested in Milo's well-being after the zone baiting incident, but I don't really know him. I have no clue where he might have gone to. And yet, something about Loken's chat with me earlier stirs in my head. It was all ambiguous nonsense, of course, but something glimmers. The lure of the Black Zones, for all the Hound's enigmatic ramblings. Maybe he's onto something? I'll find him. They both stare at me baffled. What? You know where he is? No? Well, maybe? I don't know. Just leave it to me. Taki, this is good. Alex is a member of the Draconi clan. He is also responsible for Milo. Loken gives me a proud nod. I roll my eyes. I might as well keep myself busy while you're teaching. Well, if you're sure. Not like I can spare any more wardens. Just nice hearing you stepping up, rat. The children often play by the farms. The boy may be there. Yeah, or check the orphanage, where all the young'uns sleep. The caretakers might have seen where he was last. Alright, I'll bring him back to class. Catch you later. I nod at them confidently, then spin around and walk briskly off towards the forest, ignoring both of their suggestions.
You think that he's in the woods? Should I enhance your senses and...
I think he's back where we found him the other night, at the border. Just a hunch.
Why? He was almost killed there.
He has the 4. He'll be drawn back there. Back to the black zones.
Wow. Are all children that stupid? I suppose that's why Dravonia makes them go to school.
He's not stupid. He's just isn't scared.
Courage and stupidity do seem like a good match.
I break into a run, padding back towards the black zone border. Sure enough, Milo is exactly where I thought he'd be, behind the fence, arms stretched out to his side in a perfect mirror to his zone-baiting pose.
Well, what do you know? How'd you figure this out?
Black Runner stuff, I guess.
Huh? See, told you not to doubt yourself so much.
Shaking my head, I march into view of the juvenile feline and clear my throat loudly. Milo! The youngster spots me quickly and jolts, horrified. What are you doing? He just stares, wide-eyed, desperately scouring the recesses of his brain in search of an excuse he thinks I'll buy. I'm meditating. Do you even know what that means? Yeah, I'm becoming one with nature. Look, I even shit in the woods. Check behind that tree. Get your ass out of the black zone, now! The tiger guiltily plunges his hands into his hoodie pockets and jogs towards me, vaulting over the wooden fence. Hey, Bite.
Yeah?
What do I do now?
Excuse me?
Like, do I yell at him? I don't know how to discipline kids.
Yeah, I'm not a nanny bot. Insufficient data. Just be yourself, I suppose.
I stand waiting, arms folded. I'm trying to look like a disapproving parent, despite having absolutely no parental bond to this boy whatsoever. What were you doing? You can't be mad. What? If I tell you, you're not allowed to be mad. That's the rule. That's not a rule. It is. I'm being honest. You have to forgive me. Milo, promise you won't tell the chief. I'm not promising that. Then I'm not going back.
Tell him he's a little shit.
You can't just swear at children, Bite.
Tell him Nannybot has spoken.
I shut my eyes, taking a moment to focus. Just tell me this. What were you thinking? He groans dramatically, staring up at me with the defiant green eyes. I was gonna run back to the fence as soon as I heard it. He quickly relents under my disapproving stare. I just wanted to see it again. It's not like I'm hurting anyone. You could have gotten hurt. He ruefully looks away from me and mumbles, "Oh no," under his breath in a barely audible groan. Come on, we're going back. To my relief, he doesn't put up a protest. He follows glumly by my side as I lead him back towards the village.
Hair.
What?
Hair! Look at his head.
I blink sideways at the boy, then shrug. So? Taki has hair.
Not like yours. Milo's hair looks human. It could be significant.
Maybe. Something to ask Aeon or Loken. With all the weird things that I've been seeing, a head of hair hadn't crossed my mind as being significant. On the way back, I sensed the boy seething irritably and grimace. Checking in with him yesterday was one thing, but this? Loken is his teacher, not me. Then again, Milo seems pretty sharp for his age. Maybe I can connect with him. As we walk, he keeps murmuring petulant nonsense under his breath as a sullen cry for attention. Go on then, say it. I didn't say anything. You're mumbling. I wasn't mumbling. You're saying words with your mouth shut. That's mumbling. Psst, how'd you even find me? Just had a hunch. Are you gonna tell the chief? You did promise not to go zone baiting again. That's gotta be worth another month of sifting through pig shit. Aw, come on, don't be an asshole. You've never worked on the farms. All those pigs do is eat and shit. It's like a river of shit. I laugh, wondering where the hell he learned to talk like this. Call me that again and I'll make it 2 months. I can do that. Black Runner authority. When he shakes his head petulantly at me, I narrow my eyes. Hey, don't give me that. Forget about the chief. You lied to me. You said that you wouldn't do this anymore, and here you are. I didn't get hurt. I just wanted another look. Everyone's scared of them, but I'm not. These things drive people crazy, and you've already been exposed to them once. You need to be way more careful. I'm not crazy. Right. Using yourself as demon bait just so that you can look at one. If that isn't crazy, tell me what is. He opens his mouth to reply, but nothing comes out. My adult logic is too powerful for his tiny brain. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go back to class, aren't I? What's wrong with class? I don't like learning that stuff. It scares me. I fix him with an amused frown. What? You're, scared of school but not demons? Not school, just what comes after. Nothing fits me. I don't want to farm. I don't want to smith. I don't want to be any of it. I don't want to learn that stuff. I'm scared that that's all that there is to life. Farming or smithing. That's all I'm wanted for. He pauses for a moment. I remain quiet, sympathetic, letting him speak. That demon is the only exciting thing that's ever happened to me. I just want to see it again. It's not like I wasn't prepared. I raise a brow. Oh yeah? Prepared how? He slows down as he grasps for something in his back pocket. I frown as he hands it to me. It's his scrap metal project, the one that I saw the other day. He's finished it. I gawp at it, completely shocked at what I see. A pistol crossbow? You made this? Yeah. This is amazing. His emerald eyes light up. You think so? What does it fire? Anything. I made it for pebbles. They go into the loader there, see? You hold it there and then pull the trigger. It has a functioning trigger? How in the fuck did he make this? He holds his hand out and I hand him the makeshift weapon back to him. He tugs a stringy, elastic rope back. There is a click as it locks in place. Milo fetches a grape-sized stone from the ground, delicately loading it into the slot on top of his pistol crossbow. He points it at the nearest tree, then fires without bothering to aim. Whoa! It's incredibly punchy. The bark is shattered, leaving a small crater in the tree trunk the size of my fist. Dust is dispersed by the impact. Just to be clear, you made that thing by yourself? Nobody taught you how, or anything? Nah, I had an idea for it in my head, that's all. He taps his forehead with a modest shrug. I stare down at Milo, then his crossbow, then the pulverized tree trunk. I doubt even Loken could have produced something like this. He has good wit, he has good vigor, and he has staggeringly good craft. I can only assume that he has guile too, considering his habit of sneaking out of school. I think back to what Loken said. It is not your right to deny him his path. You will give him the opportunity and he will decide. Damn it, someone has to train him. It'd be cruel not to. I mean, any Black Runner could do it, although I'm the only one that discovered him. Fuck, I'm really considering this? Day by day, I'm feeling drawn ever more into the contours of this new life, torn between this role as Black Runner and my search for identity. I sigh. I should at least tell him. Poor kid seems pretty down about life. He deserves some hope. Have you ever heard of the Four? I gesture him to walk alongside me. He does so, frowning. The Four what? No, the Four. The Four. Yeah? But the Four what? Fingers? Toes? No, just the Four. The Black Runner's Code of Conduct. Code of what? Am I really that bad at explaining things? Do you know much about Black Runners? I know you're one, and Loken too. They teach us stuff about the Zephyr sometimes, like what technology they used. Mostly he talks about Ilea, how to move around it, what places are safe, and what food is good to eat. Have you ever wondered what Black Runners actually do? They go into the Black Zones and get salvaged, don't they? That's part of it, yeah. But you need a certain kind of mind to do it. I think you have that mind. Like this. I tug my bullet amulet out between my fingers, wiggling it. Nobody told you it was a bullet. You just knew. Oh, yeah, I sometimes just know stuff other people don't. I thought that it was, just weird. Nope. It's called wit. All Black Runners can do it. It's a connection to the Zephyr caused by the memories that you've inherited. He stares forward as we walk, the revelation slowly washing over him. I detect the hint of a smile at the side of his face. So, if I've got this wit thing, I could be a Black Runner too? Well, if someone trained you. Look, Milo, I have no idea what I'm in! Whatever you're gonna say, I'm in. Let's do it. Hold up. I'm just saying, you could train me. Wait, no, I never said... He whines petulantly, jumping in front of me to block my path. Aw, come on. I'd be the best acolyte ever. I wouldn't cause any trouble, and if anyone messes with you, I'd throw spiders at their face. At least he's keen. Slow down. I'm still an acolyte myself. Ugh. When then? Come on. I've never wanted anything before. This feels right. There are some things Loken and I have to handle first. I promise I'll never go zone baiting again. You shouldn't be zone baiting anyways. Oh, how about this? I'll only stop zone baiting if you agree to train me. I narrow my eyes. Oh, you want to play that game? Fuck yeah. If I see a demon, I'll give it a cuddle and turn my brain to mush. You can't stop me. He grins smugly, convinced of his genius. He seems to have a knack for self-endangerment. Milo. Yeah? You're a little shit. He beams proudly, chuckling. I signal for him to keep moving back to the village. It wouldn't happen yet, and there'd be rules. His face lights up. Sure, I love rules. Rules are great. I'd name my pet Rules if I ever had one. Then I'll think about it. I let him buzz excitedly at my side while we walk back, wondering if telling him all this might have been a mistake. As we stroll back into the Draconi settlement, I point towards the direction of the school. You better get back to class. No more running off. If I become a Black Runner, would I meet the blind one? The who? The blind one. Is he actually real? The other kids think that he's just a legend. Never heard of him. Come on, back to class. Oh, so he isn't real? He's supposed to be a Black Runner who spends so long in the Black Zones that he can never leave. To stop himself going insane, he scooped out his own eyes out with his bare hands and ate them. Yeah, he sounds totally sane. But you go back to school already. Now he wanders the Black Zones like a ghost, killing demons and eating their skin. Do demons have skin? Not really. Do they have eyes? No. Actually, yes. Maybe, I don't know. Do they have tits? Why would demons need tits? Demon milk, duh. Hey, what does demon milk taste like? Milo, fuck off and go to school.
You can't just swear at children, Alex.
Get fucked, dickhead. You'll chicken on me, right? Look, remember when I said Loken and I have stuff that we need to handle first? I meant it. If I can train you, I will. But I don't know when it'll be. Until then, you behave. I will. Promise. No more zone baiting. I'll stay in class. Good. All right. Go on. See you later, Milo. Laters. The boy legs it towards the school, narrowly avoiding bowling over a patrolling warden on the way.
Of all the kids to adopt, did you have to pick the swearing one that shits in the woods?
Look, I was only trying to give him something to strive for in life. He seems pretty lost.
Well, now he seems pretty set on you becoming his mentor. Are you okay with that?
Once we find the other humans, who knows? This is our life now. Might as well play the part. There's a pause.
Hey, Alex. When you say, find the other humans, do you mean to find out what happened to them, or...
What do you mean?
I'm just saying. Loken might be right. It's been centuries. Things get lost. The answers could be gone, forever. We might have to accept.
No. Sorry, I just know. This isn't it. There's more to this place. There's another pause.
Alex, they are gone. I know it's a lot to take in. Being the last, it must...
I'll find them. Just trust me. They're out there somewhere.
All right, Alex. I do trust you.
Thanks. Where do we go now? Loken is still teaching.
How about we go visit Aeon? It's about time that we talk to him about this algorithm.
Plunging my hands into my pockets for warmth, I start meandering towards the wise old mole's hut. On the way, I'm distracted by the unusual commotion. It sounds like something has riled the villagers up. Some kind of angry mob is forming. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. Because something big is about to happen. So... Loken and Alex's relationship is blossoming more. They're being more handsy now, unfortunately. As you can tell, that is not what I usually like to read, especially because it's being very graphic about what they're doing. And I've gotten used to other visual novels where they're sort of not cryptic, but they're a bit more subtle about what's going on. And this one is just laying into it ham hog. But yeah. I can also kind of see something happening with Alex where he seems to be more focused on finding out what's happened, but to a point where it might be to his detriment, where he seems to not get the fact that perhaps the humans are dead, or that he may be the last one for now in this area. And he seems to be dead set on finding out what happened, which I suppose makes sense, but it only would make sense if he still had his memories, which he doesn't. Because he's supposed to be starting as a blank slate, but something seems to be spurring him on to find out what happened. Whether that's him being curious as to what's happened, or something else, is up to, you guys. Obviously we will figure out what's going on later, but yeah, for the moment, it seems not a very good idea, or it just seems very suspicious. Yeah. Now, about Milo. I had the sort of thought that perhaps the reason why he was what spurred him on to be doing what he's doing right now has more to do with the fact that he came across a demon, but at the same time, Bite pointing out the fact that Milo has human hair and not just like, you see like right here, Loken has like a little bit of hair in the back, but that's really just his fur. Whereas Milo, he has hair that's actually like parted. So that's a weird little thing to point out. I'm wondering if maybe humans didn't die out. They just sort of interbred with these animal bipeds. And the result of that ended up causing certain bipeds to, I guess, get like the four, like the ability to have like I think it's called genetic memory of certain things, of being able to identify whether or not some piece of scrap is actually good salvage or just scrap, the ability to craft things with just things that you find, and the ability to be able to hide and do all these other things that normally the other bipeds are not able to, but Loken and apparently Milo is able to. Because technically, I don't think Alex has the four. I think he is just aided by Bite. If Bite wasn't there, I'm pretty sure Alex would be completely useless. So yeah, so there is that thought. It's a little weird because it implies something very bad. Although, if we're gonna be living in a world where there's gonna be humans and furries, them intermingling in a in a sexual way is kind of, I suppose, part of the world. It's not a taboo. The taboo would be if the humans decided to, flirt with the feral wolves. Anyways, but yeah. So there is that theory of what might have happened. Obviously for people that have already gone past to day 7, keep your mouth shut or I will delete your comments. For a very specific reason. Anyways, so yeah, write down in the comments what you think so far, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Soulcreek yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description and downloading the game, because it will have a direct link to the itch.io page. If not, then you can just go to itch.io yourself and download it from there. I will also post a link down for the, I think it's a creator's own coffee, in case you want to support the project, because really it does help when you have a coffee, someone donates to it. It's like, oh yeah, somebody appreciates the work that I'm putting in, or who, well, yeah, like me. Like, if you were to donate to me, by going down into the description and seeing my coffee link and giving me any random amount of money that you deem is worth it, then I would appreciate it greatly too. But yeah. Yeah, do that. Give us money. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.